Episode of F1 2021. Today we're at the Sochi Autodrome. Obviously that is at the Russian Olympic Park. I'm quite confident around Russia, so hopefully today we'll be able to aim for a top 10. I'm just going to get the race weekend underway. I'm going to go ahead and get the practice modes completed. And then what we can do is head straight into qualifying and see where we can get. As you can see there, I'm just putting on the old components, doing the practice modes as I normally do. Can quite easily fly through these, pretty sharpish, and then we'll head into qualifying. I'm a big fan of the Russian Grand Prix. I think I'm quite strong at it this season. As long as you stay off the curbs, you should normally be quite good. Sector 3 is the hardest of the three sectors. But I do think we do quite well. This is my third lap of Q1. We're currently sitting in P8 as we are almost 2 tenths up. We lose a couple of bit of times there, but we managed to get through to Q2. We actually finished in P7, so we're 5 tenths behind Lewis Hamilton in provisional pole. But let's head into Q2 and see what our best time is there. Unfortunately, Giovinazzi goes out in P17. Right, this is the Q2. We're currently in P14, but we're almost 8 tenths up on our time. Do we get through to Q3? We do. We managed to qualify P9 in Q2, so we will be heading in to Q3 for the top 10 shootout. I did say I was fairly strong at this track before qualifying, so hopefully we can get a decent start on tomorrow's grid. Let's head to Q3 and see where our best lap gets us. We set a purple middle sector. We're following Carlos Sainz through. We're currently 1.7 seconds up on our best time. Obviously this is only lap 2, but we've underfueled the car to only do the 2 laps, and we go across the line in P9. It looks like, oh, we got overtaken again. We're going to start the race P10. Actually, no, Charlie Leclerc's got a time penalty. So we might be P9. Let's have a look where we will start in today's grid.
It's time to see how our starting grid looks for today's race.
Hamilton, Bottas securing 1-2.
And it's Valtteri Bottas that completes the front row. As we continue through the rest of the grid today, we have Norris, Verstappen, Carlos Sainz, the owner driver, Leclerc, Stroll, Fernando Alonso, and Yuki Tsunoda, Ricciardo, Raikkonen, Mick Schumacher, and Perez, Lundgaard,
Giovinazzi's been promoted to P16.
They've taken a grid penalty, and Nikita Mazepin, Latifi, Gasly, Ocon, and George Russell ends our grid line.
Ocon down in P21st.
Now it's time to head down to the track.
Right, I'm going to try and do a one-stop in today's race. It'll probably be a soft onto mediums. I'm going to just lower the fuel mode. Well, the fuel mix, sorry, the full load. And we will start today's race in P6 somehow. And third red light, and away we go. Let's see where we can finish in this Russian Grand Prix. We immediately get jumped by the Ferrari driver of Charlie Leclerc. Alonso on our left-hand side. We're going to go inside of the Ferrari driver again. Can we get signs? Obviously he's on a harder compound tyre. We can do so. Can we make it stick? We'll do our best on lap 1. Replay. As you can see, one of the Mercedes are medium tyres, Sainz are medium tyres. Getting himself up into P3. We're going to overtake over Max Verstappen. Right, we're running P5. Carlos Sainz is right behind us. We're going to let him go through and use his DRS down the straight. As we went wide, it looked like Charles Leclerc went into the back of us. Let's have a look at a replay. We're on board here with Charles Leclerc. So like I said, I went wide just to get some DRS off Carlos Sainz, and Leclerc just drives into me. And then, oh my god, he's been hit by an Aston Martin driver. I think it's Sebastian Vettel who just wasn't aware that Charles Leclerc was spinning, and looks like they're both out of the race. And that's two less cars to worry about behind us. It's Charles Leclerc and Lance Stroll. I beg my pardon, it was not Sebastian Vettel. Safety car has been deployed. I think what we're going to do is dive it into the pits here for a set of hard tyres. And then we're going to use the hard tyre to the end of the race. We was meant to pit around lap 10 anyway, so all we're doing is changing from mediums to hards and extending my stint from 5 laps. Hopefully the hards will be able to do that. Hamilton and Norris have also done the same.
Complete, go
the
now.
Hard set tyres go on. Not many cars pitted. Not many people reacted to the safety car. McLaren have double stacked. But Ricciardo and Norris will be strong for the rest of this race. Right, safety car is in. Safety car is in. We are underway. Back to green flag racing. See if we can hold on to Lando and Hamilton.
Okay, the incident has been
as
cleared.
they fight their way through the pack.
Let's get back up to racing speed.
DRS is deployed. We've got Ricciardo behind us. Check obviously trying to get through into P18. Giovinazzi's behind us. I'm not sure if he must have pitted. I don't know if it's for damage or not, but he's gone on to mediums. Hopefully we can stick with Lando. That's the aim. All we've got to do is stick with the two British drivers ahead of us. Right, lap 8 now. We've got a good run on Lando Norris here. We're going to go around the outside but take the inside for the next corner. We managed to pull off the move. And Hamilton does the same on George Russell as we're going to try and get around him. Let's look at a replay of us going around the outside of the McLaren driver. There wasn't any contact, it was a clean move. Ooh, Russell almost takes us out as we brake later than him and get the move done on the young British driver. So we've done 2 overtakes on 2 English drivers pretty much instantly. Now up next is Nicholas Latifi, so I'm not looking to overtake Hamilton, I'm looking to follow him through. As he does overtake Latifi and pushes him wide, so we managed to get Latifi, but we get a great run on Lewis Hamilton here. Can we make the move stick on the 7-time world champion? You can see us going for the overtake. You can see Ricciardo or Norris in the background overtaking the Williams driver. It's a great shot there on us, overtaking Hamilton. As you can see here, Giovinazzi has got a puncture. He's got a puncture going down the DRS straight, so he's not got far to get to the pit lane. It's very strange him just to get a random puncture, and he's pitted. There was no debris on the track. We're now on lap 9. We're catching up to Ocon. Obviously, everyone ahead still has to pit. Clear. I think we're approaching the pit window for all the AI drivers. Let's check in with Giovinazzi, see how far he's got on that punctured tyre.
DRS has been enabled.
Why is he going so slow? He's literally got about 10 yards. Looks like there's a Red Bull and an Aston Martin stuck behind him. I'm not sure why they haven't overtaken him. We've got DRS on Esteban Ocon here. Hamilton's behind us. We'll probably let him go at some point because he's going to have better pace than us in this race. So we go for a late dive on Esteban Ocon. We managed to not go into the back of him. Mazepin behind Ocon, as you can see the Red Bull and the Aston Martin finally getting past Giovinazzi, who's, I don't know why he's not retired. He's almost going to be lapped. You can see on the mini map he's still got 2 corners to get to the pit lane, and Bottas is almost lapped him on lap 10 of the Grand Prix. We're still chasing Ocon. Hamilton's still chasing us. Ricciardo's chasing Hamilton, and Norris is chasing Ricciardo. As you can see on the mini-map, Bottas is 2 corners away from lapping my teammate. A bit strange because there was no debris on the track. Here is Giovinazzi. He's clearly going very slow. Hey, just retire. You're going to come last now anyway. Save the car. You're probably damaging the axle more than you're going to help it. Oh, he's picked up a little pace now. You can see Bottas is about to lap him. We're going to go for an overtake on Ocon. I think his lack of tyre wear allowed us to get through. Giovinazzi has been lapped now as he's almost into the pit lane. That's a good overtake from us. Here is Bottas lapping Antonio Giovinazzi. And pretty much everyone else lapping him as well. We're in P11 as we lap him going around the final 2 bends. It's fair to say that our teammates' race is over. Max Verstappen's going to come out of the pits behind us. Everyone is going to come out of the pits behind us. Unless Bottas, Leclerc, I think it's Alonso, gets some mad speed as we go for an overtake on Nikita Mazepin. We're gonna make an overtake on everyone. I think we're in provisional first currently right now. As I say, Hamilton has got the faster pace than us, so he may overtake us in the race. Luckily, he's currently stuck behind Ocon, so the more cars we put between us and Hamilton, the better. As Giovinazzi's almost into the pits. And technically he's now in the pit. I've never known for a puncture to make someone drive so slow. This is a pack of 4 that we're catching up with. I think Gasly's in there, Mick Schumacher. I think Raikkonen might be in there as well. As he's finally into the pits and puts on a fresh set of hard tyres. Oh, Lundgaard's there as well, our old teammate. So these guys are ahead of us, but they're all yet to pit. As they're 3 wide going down the DRS straight, that's definitely going to slow them up. As I catch up to Gasly, you've got Schumacher, Lundgaard and Raikkonen, as I did say. Gasly and Schumacher are into the pit. Like Gasly and Lundgaard are into the pit. Schumacher and Raikkonen stay out. We're up to P7.
Ocon. They seem to have an issue.
Hamilton has got past Ocon and Mazepin. I think Mazepin went into the pits. We're going to have DRS coming out of that corner, so can we catch Mick Schumacher and put another car between me and Hamilton? We do manage to take him. Can we get the move done? Yes, we can. We're going to try and stay onto the track. It's a great move on the young German driver. Obviously, Hamilton's just going to follow us through, but the quicker we get these moves done, the quicker or the sooner we can build a gap between us and the 7-time world champion. Here is Hamilton overtaking Mick Schumacher on the next straight. With DRS gets the job done fairly easily.
It will give you a penalty.
We've now got DRS on Kimi Raikkonen as we are going to overtake him easily, go around the outside, gives us the inside for the next corner into P3 onto the podium spots. Bottas and Carlos Sainz haven't pitted yet. They were the 2 that started on medium tyres at the start of the race. Bottas is 15 seconds up the road, which isn't enough to stay ahead of me. As I say, that extends to 16 seconds. Lap 15 now, and Hamilton gets a great run on us as we go around the penultimate and the final corner into P3. We're now P4. We are luckily going to get DRS going up down this straight, so it's a great move from Hamilton, putting out in front of Danny Ricciardo. All four of us are battling for the race lead now. We are going to try and re-overtake Lewis Hamilton with the DRS. ERS is enabled as well. It looks like we're going to fake him to the right and go up the outside of turn 1. Surely you can't call the little bend in the straight corner. Bottas has extended his lead to 18 seconds over me at the moment. Now on lap 17, Bottas is in the pits, but he's going to come out of the pits behind Max Verstappen, so I'm not quite sure where he's going to come out. Hamilton had DRS on us in this lap. We're going to try and go around him on the outside. We managed to defend the move for the time being. I'm not sure if we're going to be able to hold on to it. We have a look at a replay. We actually come out of nowhere to make this overtake. I think he was a little bit worried about us and Danny Ric behind him. So we've tried to hold on to it going around the corner. It's a long sweep in, but we do lose the position to Lewis Hamilton. We're going to get DRS once more, but I think this is Hamilton's race to lose now, unfortunately. So Danny Ric and Norris are right behind us. We are going to get DRS on this straight, which is good. Bottas is up to P5. He is right behind Lando Norris, which is unfortunate because he's on a soft compact set of tyres and we are on very worn hards. But as is Hamilton, so he might be able to slow us up as our DRS fails.
There is a fault to the DRS.
You see that in bottom
you won't
right.
be able to open the rear wing. We're working on a fix.
Closed
Stay out.
front wing. We can no longer deploy DRS on the straights, which is a significant disadvantage, especially when we're racing against much faster cars. We're going to try and stay with Danny Ric. We're going to try to outbrake him. We managed to do so, but not quite to make the overtake. We're going to stick our wheels on the inside. Norris is going to go for the inside of us, and we're going to be late, last of the late breakers on both of the McLaren drivers. We managed to keep the car within the limits of the track, as Bottas is going to use that as a great opportunity to overtake both the McLarens. You can see on the home straight he's got DRS, all the cars are fighting. Bottas hasn't made it past the McLarens yet. They're working very well as a team. Obviously the more they fight, the harder it is for them to catch up with me. But as you can see on this lap, Ricciardo has got past us, lap 22. We're going to use ERS, because DRS is still disabled, to go around the outside of the Aussie. Bottas is going to try to do the same. Does he manage to pull it off? He might be able to squeeze up Ricciardo on the inside, going through turn 2. This has been a very exciting, impactful race for me. I've enjoyed it thoroughly. I'm very excited for my car to actually be at level to compete with these kind of races. As you can see, Bottas does make the move stick on the following corners. So Bottas in P3 now. We're in P2. Hamilton is miles up the road. He's managed to gain 11 seconds on us. We still don't have DRS enabled. They've not managed to fix our wing. Bottas flies past me on lap 23. Ricciardo's going to attempt it as well. We're going to try to defend the position, squeeze him off the track a little bit. We need that DRS to be fixed. Come on, people in the factory, or in the paddock. Bottas goes through. We're not catching him now. He's on soft tyres. He's gone. As you can see, all 5 of us racing. Carlos Sainz has joined the fight now. Not just Carlos Sainz there. I think is that Ocon as well? It looks like DRS is back. DRS is back. Get in. Finally, we've managed to fix our DRS. We will be able to use that to our advantage for the rest of the race. It looks like Max Verstappen has managed to get himself into P4 right now. McLarens has dropped back. I'm not sure if that's Danny Rick or Lando. It is Lando Norris. Ricciardo's now managed to overtake Danny Rick as we go late into the penultimate corner, trying to get DRS on Danny Rick again. Basically feeding Danny Rick to the Tigers now, especially with signs of Verstappen and Norris right behind with the DRS. We're going to enable ERS as well. We're going to basically overtake him like a rocket ship. We're going to fake him to the right, go around the outside on the left. And we managed to hold on to P3. The final lap now. Can we hold on to our podium position? One last straight to do it. We deploy our ERS fully. Everyone behind us has got DRS activated. Can we manage to defend it? Going around the last few corners. Slight contact made with the McLaren driver. We're going to fight for this podium. It is Lewis Hamilton, isn't it? Lewis Hamilton comes across the line as the Russian race winner. Where are we going to finish? As you can see, we're still on the podium. We've got 3 tenths to Ricciardo. I think we've done it now. We're going to do a little celebration or wiggle. 51% tyre wear on the front left as we go around the final bend, and we put ourselves on the podium.
Okay, good job, mate. Really well done. That was a fantastic drive.
Well, today we've witnessed some great battles here in Sochi, and they've taken a fantastic win. Talk to me, Ants. What was it that set them apart from the competition today?
Well, they played the safety car to absolute perfection. There are so many factors to worry about once the race is neutralised. I mean, do you pit for fresh rubber? Do you have the space behind you? How much fuel can you save? If you answer all of those questions correctly, you'll have a good chance. And that's exactly what happened today.
And I can see the drivers starting to approach the podium for the victory celebrations. A real team victory today. Everybody played their part. Congratulations then to Mercedes, your race winners today. So then, it's time to see how this result affects the Drivers' Championship. It's a great result for Lewis Hamilton, who moves further ahead at the top of the table. Let's focus on the driver of the day. Anthony Davidson, who do you pick?
Daniel Ricciardo certainly impressed me today. An incredible performance.
Let's move on to the constructors. Mercedes continue to extend their lead. Meanwhile, good work from the owner drivers team this weekend, who pushed themselves further up the order. And with that, we wrap up another weekend of motorsport. But with more races lined up, be sure to join us when we come back with more Formula One.